from there. So, hi everyone, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Tuesday evening on the sunshiny day that we're having here in May to learn a little bit more about your health and what we have to offer. I have my friend Bailey here, who was actually the one who introduced me into the Juice Plus family, and I am so grateful for her reaching out and not even knowing at the time that I was looking for something, and it has completely changed my life. So I wanted to invite her to share her story first, maybe share a little bit about her and I, how we got connected, and then then we'll jump into it. Welcome, Bailey.
Awesome. Thank you, Court. So it's been about 5 years now that I've been involved with Juice Plus. It was kind of a crazy story. My husband and I were traveling in Santa Barbara, California, and the place that we had rented, the rooftop had 40 tower gardens. So I don't know if you've seen tower gardens yet, but as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh my goodness, I need to know more. They'd left to know, like, help yourself to whatever greens you need for your smoothie or salad. And so, of course, I was taking full advantage, and I needed to know more. And so as soon as I learned a little bit more and learned that you could share these and create a bit of a business with it, I was like, this is perfect. I didn't really have time for the business at the time. I was a teacher, a high school teacher, and clearly it just didn't really seem like something I could fit into my schedule. But we left Santa Barbara, and we ordered 3 tower gardens, and both my husband and I, we left with all of the products. So what they didn't know at the time, when they were sharing Juice Plus with me, these strangers who are now very good close friends of mine, is that my husband and I were actually struggling to get pregnant, and we were on the wait list to start in vitro. And so they actually had a friend over that was talking about her friend that went to a fertility doctor in California that had been recommending Juice Plus. So I was like, this is insane. This is exactly what we need. So, sorry, my 3-year-old. So this is obviously, we got pregnant. He's got a shirt stuck on his head. But it just made sense to us. So we're like, we should totally prepare our bodies for what's to come. And we ended up, so we went home back to California, back from California, and we did what was called the Transform 30 program at the time. Now it's known as Shred 10. If you haven't heard of it, you really need Courtney and Justine to pass on more information. And we stuck to it. You know, we thought we were healthy eaters, but really we didn't know a lot about nutrition. And it was really this company that was consistently passing on more and more information about what good nutrition is and what to look for when it comes to putting something in your body. And like I said, we were trying to get pregnant. And that was really important to us to know. And I know Courtney will share that these products are NSF certified, which was huge for us. I had the healthiest pregnancy. The one that had the shirt on his head, he was, 9-pound baby, totally healthy pregnancy, and Juice Plus was my prenatal. Same with our second. We have a 14-month running around here too. But I can't say enough about it. And as a teacher, people started noticing changes in my appearance, my energy levels. You know, I would have clubs in the morning, and then I was coaching after school. Normally I could never keep up, and it was just like I was ready for it, and I didn't know how good I could feel. So with the program, and sorry guys, it's just life, right? It was a game changer, and that's when the business really came too. And so I couldn't help but pass it on, because if it could be this much of a game changer for me and my family, I want that for everyone. So I was passing it on to everyone. It was almost like my family didn't have a choice. They needed to be on the products. So the business though itself allowed me to step away from teaching. I do love teaching, but I had a vision of starting a new business, and the business allowed me to do that. So financially, it's been incredible for our family. We really used it as our travel fund initially, and then I said, well, it's getting to a point where it can give us some big life choices. So Courtney, I had met through a colleague of mine, and I actually didn't meet her, but her mother-in-law was telling me all about, you know, who she was as a person, and I'm like, this I need Courtney in my life. Like, she is somebody that I need to be in my circle, because that's another thing with this business that I really stick around for. It's the community, and I can't speak enough to that. It's given me this additional family to raise my children in, and it's just the healthiest atmosphere of positive people that I never found anywhere. So now that I have Courtney in my like Juice Plus family, I just am so grateful. So anyway, that's a little bit about myself, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear a lot more about our company and our products and what they have to offer. And Courtney is just such a great resource for that. So thank you for letting me speak, Court.
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so thank you, Bailey. Yeah, my mother-in-law actually was the one that connected the two of us, and yeah, like meeting a long-time sister, it was just instant connection. We have a lot in common with one another, and at the time I was a very new mom, and she had Marius, which I always joke is Ella's future husband. There is no choice. So we met, and I really loved that we had that connection, and I could come to another mom who had the same vision that I did. She just wanted health for her family, and that's what drove me towards Juice Plus, which I'll share later. So we're going to jump into what is Juice Plus. I'll do a little screen share here so that you can see. And can everyone see my screen? Let's see here. If someone can unmute.
I can see
Okay,
Courtney.
Sweet. Okay, so what drove me into the family of Juice Plus was I had a real goal of inspiring healthy living in not only my own family, but those around me. I have a background in nursing and nutrition, and I've seen way too many people having the same kind of health issues that were completely preventable. And that's really what drove me into looking for other alternatives for other people to make it more accessible to them, health more accessible to them. So we are unhealthy. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. 1 in 2 women and 1 in 3 men will develop cancer. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050. 1 in 5 children are obese, and our children are more harmed by poor diet than by exposure to drugs, alcohol, and tobacco combined. That was the one thing that really got me, was the fact that our children are actually more harmed by our diet than to what we are told when we're growing up are dangerous and harmful. But we're not really told that much about our diet unless we grew up in a family that was more of a farm to table lifestyle. And so that really got me paying attention, because we cleaned up our home. I thought we were getting enough food, but at 6 months postpartum, I was more exhausted than ever before. I was having trouble sleeping. I was having hair loss, and all these things really led me to believe that I wasn't as healthy as I thought that I was. And so I started looking into our environment, and now more than ever, we're really realizing that this is huge. Environmental toxins are increasing, and we see this happening right now. There's pollution, there's water contaminants, pesticides, drugs, chemicals, all of the products that if you were to look underneath your kitchen sink and really realize what we need and what's in excess, or maybe in our makeup bag, some of those things. And so we constantly are absorbing, our skin being the largest organ, we're constantly absorbing these toxins around us, and that causes oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is from free radicals, so these little things in our body, little damaged cells, or they're looking to cause a reaction, and those reactions aren't good reactions, and that causes stress on our bodies. So extra wear and tear, these examples of that could be smoking or alcohol, or like a food toxin or an environmental toxin. And we're constantly absorbing those. So not only are we being constantly bombarded by these extra toxins in our environment, but our food quality is decreasing. And one of the most common conversations that I have with my dad is, well, why didn't we have these issues before? Why, like, this wasn't the reality when I was growing up, or whatever. It was constantly referring back to when he was little. And he is right. Like, if the world was where it was when he was growing up, maybe we wouldn't have some of these problems. But the truth is we're not where we used to be, and food quality is decreasing. More than 50% of Americans, more of what Americans eat, 50% of their diet is processed food. And so I would invite you to maybe look at what you're eating day to day. Is it processed? Is it fresh? Where is it coming from? But more than that, the other thing that really got me was that all of the produce that I was spending lots of money on organic, investing in, it loses 50 to 80% of the key nutrients that we actually need before we even purchase it. It's sitting on the shelves losing nutrition. And that was one of the other things that really made me realize why I wasn't feeling the way I could be feeling, because the diet that I was eating really wasn't full of the vitamins and nutrients that I actually really needed. So preservatives are all over our food, flavor enhancers, emulsifiers, synthetic vitamins that so many people are consuming that our bodies actually don't even know how to absorb, growth hormones, less nutrition, period. Like, we just don't have the time, and the list could go on. This is a very, very condensed list. It's crazy. And so it gets you to think about, well, what can we do to be healthier? What really is that solution that we're looking for? And exercise being one of them, getting sleep 7 to hours a night, managing stress more appropriately, drinking lots of water, using safer products than maybe we're currently using or we're using, and eating real food. We're not vitamin deficient, but we're really nutrient deprived. And when I looked at this short list of 6 things that really simplify it, but it can be really challenging some days. I know running around with Ella, I struggle getting enough of the water in, especially in warm days like we're having today. Stress, I mean, there's some stress that we can efficiently and effectively manage, and then there's things like COVID that come up that are just that additional stress that we're still coping through. And so it really gets you to take a look at all the ways that our health is affected and influenced and what we can really do about it. And so I invite you to maybe look at some of these and think, which one are you ready to improve, or where are you ready to take a step forward? So let's focus on the fruits and vegetables. That's really what gets me so excited. Experts agree that most diseases are actually preventable with good nutrition. And our products are one of the most researched, or the most researched food product on that you can really get out there. And so I really like that there's over 41 studies on these products, which made me believe that it was the healthier option for our family to take, because all of us could be taking the same thing safely. So oxidative stress, like I had mentioned earlier, and antioxidants. So say you cut an apple and leave it on the counter, the oxidative stress you can see physically on the apple, it turns brown. And so one of the things that one of the tips or tricks that maybe some people know is to put lemon juice on it. And that naturally causes it to not have that oxidative stress or not go brown as quickly or even at all. And that's because the fruits and vegetables protect cells from that oxidative stress. And this is a great example. So that's why. And the good news is that fruits and vegetables are good for you, but they could also be so good for you that they save your life. And I feel it. I feel it in my body taking these. I feel so much healthier. And I've been taking them for 2 years. So where this was really where it got me is that we needed that 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. Athletes needing even more than that. And as a mom who was breastfeeding at the time and postpartum, I needed even more of this. And I did not have the time to get this nutrition on my plate or in my body, period. And I needed my daughter to be getting that nutrition in my breast milk. So why so many? Why do we need so many? Produce is picked before the nutrition actually fully develops. So they're not vine ripened. As you can see, these bananas are picked long before they're actually ready. And then they're transported thousands of miles to our doors. 90% of Americans don't eat enough servings, and we don't get enough variety from the rainbow. So that was the other thing that I really noticed where I needed to help bridge the gap. Was I love certain vegetables and we rely on them more frequently than others. And so we really weren't getting that variety or a wide range of rainbow colored fruits and vegetables even landing on our plate. So what's the difference? Multivitamin or whole food? So 70% of Americans are trying to fill the gap with a multivitamin. And so a multivitamin is an isolated version of a few different nutrients that they might pick out of an apple, but it's not actually all of the nutrients that are in an apple. They're highlighting certain vitamins that we need, and then they're just isolating that and delivering that in a capsule form. So an apple actually has approximately 10,000 phytonutrients working within one another. So it shows that isolated vitamins actually do more harm than good because they bring our body out of balance. They're not a wide range of a bunch of different nutrients that are in a food that our body can actually absorb. They're given in a very high dose of something that we might not actually just need that one nutrient of. So there's lots of resources that we have available that are free. So please reach out to Justine or Karen if you're looking for any of these resources we can give you. There's tons and tons of healthy recipes for either mocktails or smoothies, or if you're growing with a tower garden or are interested in a tower garden, there's a recipe book to get you started. And there's also lots of free resources of webinars from doctors and professionals sharing their array of knowledge. And so I love that we have those readily available to give away for free and really help families to have an education to base their decisions off of. So I'm going to pause here and just share a little bit more about my story. Like I have been talking about, is I was 6 months postpartum when I found Juice Plus, or when Bailey found me. And I was really needing this because I was up against a wall at the time. I don't even think I knew, or maybe wouldn't have admitted, but I was really suffering. I struggle with mental health in my past, and I was noticing I was just up against a wall and I could not go backwards, and I knew that I had to move forward. And the only way I found that was that I had to be taking better care of myself. And so I was really looking for solutions at the time to get me to where I needed to go, to help me feel the vitality that I used to remember. And I know being a new mom, we're lacking sleep, which is very stressful on our bodies, but we're also feeding two people still. And that's a really hard thing to wrap our heads around, as well as we're still trying to cycle out excess hormones that we accumulated during our pregnancy. And I was facing the very large roller coaster of hormone imbalance. And so I found Juice Plus, and the Tower Gardens had always intrigued me, but we said, hey, why not? Let's go all in. And we started growing, and both my partner and I started with the Shred 10. So we started taking the products and sharing them with our daughter, who at the time was having a lot of food allergies, and we were really struggling with that as well. So now she is just over 2, and she's only allergic to dairy. We're not facing any of the other allergies that we were facing, as eggs and gluten and pork and a few other things are now completely fine. And so I really do believe that's from giving her a high quality diet and just watching how she eats now. She eats off the tower. We have no problem getting fruits and vegetables into her. And for the business side of things, I fought against it for a very long time. I kept telling myself I didn't have time in my day to add this onto my already large to-do list as a new mom, but it naturally just started happening. I needed to share what I was doing. I was feeling really great. I was working with moms who were facing very similar stresses that I was facing. And so the sharing just came very naturally. And it was always a dream of mine to stay at home with my daughter as my partner went to work. And so we're successfully doing that right now, which feels really good that we can be there for one another. And I can be there for my daughter most of the time that she needs me to be there for her. And so Justine, I wanted you to share a little bit about you and your mom's story and how you found me, or how it all happened, and what kind of intrigued you the most or made you think like, hey, yeah, maybe I do need this in my life.
Oh, of course, this is my favorite part. It really started, my sister had given me a book recommendation. It was called The Obesity Code. And as I dug into it, it really started myth busting a lot of food studies and diet studies that have been done for the past 40 years. And it all was very, conclusive that how we are over exercising and under eating is not a plausible way to actually lose weight. So we've been lied to for many years. So this led me to actually fasting. But then, of course, as fasting is, you're eating less foods, and then of course the nutrition is also decreased, and then we go from there. So this, when I was thinking about cutting down my food intake to supplement with a much nutrient capsule or gummy, just seemed like the best idea ever, and it really fit into that. And then as I was sharing some of these new things with my mom, with the protein and just the Juice Plus products, we started talking about the Tower Garden, and I have gardened in the past and absolutely love it. But the idea of having greens literally growing in my basement, and I don't have to buy plastic tubs that give me more than I'm going to use that night. And I find a week later, I'm actually tossing these soggy basil leaves, oregano, and all those packs are usually about $5. So I use like 2 cents of the product and toss the rest out. So the Tower, just like financially, nutritionally, just everything started to make sense for us. And then even to the business side wasn't really an idea right off the bat. But then of course, as me and mom were talking about it more, it just naturally seemed to make sense, because even a week of us really working on this, we're telling absolutely everybody. So yeah, just like getting this call on right away, and I'm really excited about the products. And even to Courtney, how you say that we connected, it really too just like sent me a video about the epigenetics, and it's like said it fit into what I was reading at the time. And I believe that we are given what we need at the right time. So it was just really divine timing for everything. And I am so happy that Car is also here to, because we absolutely, again, we're neighbors, so we are very in tune to the gardening and working together. So I'm excited that she can hear this.
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back into sharing the screen here. So if someone can just let me know when you can see it. We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
So what is Juice Plus? Juice Plus adds the nutrition from over 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries to your diet. So as Justine was saying, it can come in a gummy form, and that's the way that my daughter takes it. And we take the capsule form, and I love the Omega. I just started taking it like full time this month, and like holy moly, my skin has changed, and I don't have the brain fog that I used to. So I really know that that is the one little piece that I was missing. So whole foods are harvested at the peak of ripeness, so that the nutrition is still intact. And then they're pulverized. They're not just juice. You're really getting all of that. So most of the nutrition in a lemon or an orange is actually in the peel. And I don't know about many of you, but I definitely am not going around eating the peels of these lemons or oranges. So it's important that we're getting all of those nutrients, and it's important that it's done at a low temperature so that it actually preserves those nutrients and that they're not lost due to heat. And so Juice Plus is plant powders put into capsules and or delicious chewables. And then we also have an Omega that is a vegan source. So it's from LJ. So we go right to the source, berry seeds, instead of using the fish. And Ella actually chews them because they taste like creamsicles. And any of you that have ever had Omega, I always got those gross aftertaste fish burps, and it just always never kept me taking the actual supplement that I knew that I needed. And so this was awesome. So one simple change. These are all of the nutrients that are jam-packed into each of these capsules. So these are the 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries that you would be consuming every day. I know I don't have pomegranate every single day. I know that I am not able to source black currant every single day, or artichoke or elderberry. And so all these things are in these capsules. So we know that we have the assurance that we're getting enough each day. And then the plant-based Omega. It's from fatty acids, and they support a wide range of health benefits, but most often and affected are the heart, brain, joint, skin, and eyes. And so the difference with our omega is that it's 100% plant-based. It's pure and sustainable. It is a full spectrum omega. So it's not just an isolated form, and it's cold pressed, and it's even in a vegan capsule. So it's safe for everyone to enjoy. And like I said, it tastes like a creamsicle somehow. So it doesn't taste gross at all. So Ella is able to take them as well. And then the other product that we have are our complete shakes. And this was the one that I was most hesitant to try because I had an allergy or intolerance to soy. And so I told Bailey, no, not ever. I don't want anything to do with it. And eventually I tried it, and I really, really understood the difference between the way Juice Plus was sourcing their soy and the processed and sprayed soy that I was consuming. And that was actually why I was reacting, not from a well-sourced soy. And so we actually have lots of videos on that if anybody would like to learn more about it, because I know there's a lot in the media about how bad soy is for us, but it's a great source of protein. The other difference in this that I really enjoyed was that it wasn't just a protein powder. It's really a complete shake. So you're getting all of these nutrients like broccoli, radish, alfalfa sprouts, chickpea flour, millet, quinoa, amaranth, pea protein, rice protein, and mushrooms, which are very high in protein, but it's also, you're getting all of the nutrition from that. So it's not just an isolated form of protein that our body really struggles to take in. And so the safety of soy depends on the source. The whole soybean, minimally processed as found in the complete, is the best and most balanced defense against disease. This is also low in, or it's absent of refined sugar, but it's also low in any sugar source. And when it is in there, it's a complete sugar. And so you're not getting the spike that you would from a different source of sugar. So Juice Plus really is about bridging the gap. It's taking from where you might be currently to where you really want to go. And it bridges that in between, because the reality is some days we're just not going to get there. And most days, even for us who live the lifestyle, it is very challenging to make sure that we're getting enough. So it's unique because it's food. It's not a vitamin. Our body actually knows what it's doing when we take it, and it can absorb it and distribute it as it needs. It is NSF certified, so it's third-party tested. So what is actually on the label is in it. What I love about Juice Plus is it has a nutrition label on the back, as if you were maybe shopping the perimeter of the store. It's not a vitamin that on the back it shows all the isolated different nutrients in it. It's actually a food label on the back. So NSF is really important for sport certified professionals and athletes, so that they know what is actually in there. And lastly, it is the most researched brand name nutritional product in the world. That right there was what really, really sealed the deal for my whole family taking it. These are all the different studies. We can send you the link if you're looking into any of them. They're randomized, they're double-blind, they're placebo-controlled, they're tested on the product itself. They're human clinical trials, they're published in peer-reviewed journals, and they're ethical. So I really liked all of that when making that decision, as well as the fact that thousands of doctors and healthcare professionals seen the value in this product. There is nothing else available any place in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus does and has been doing. So what the research shows is that children, for the Healthy Starts program, so with every adult order, a child can get theirs for free over the age of 4. And so children through ages 4 through 18, along with full-time college students, receive Juice Plus for free up to 4 years with a paying adult sponsor. So families that take Juice Plus for at least 1 year consistently and fill out the surveys, this is what they have noticed, is that 60% were missing fewer days of school. 56 were taking fewer over-the-counter prescription medications. 71 were drinking more water. 66% were spending less time in the doctor's offices. 71% were consuming less fast food and soft drinks, which is a huge family win. And 61% were eating more fruits and vegetables. Again, a huge win. It really speaks to that epigenetics talk that I had sent Justine. We're really growing our future. And so the Tower Garden, this is where I get really excited. We have the new Tower Garden home that came out this January, and the Tower Garden Flex, which I grow off of, and that has been around for, I think, 8 years. Bailey, you can maybe comment in the messages there if that's wrong. But why grow indoors or outdoors aeroponically? It uses 98% less water, so it is way better for our environment and our money bill. It uses 90% less space. It has 30 times more yield. It grows 3 times faster, and it's safe and nutritious. Right now, more than ever, it's really eye-opening as to where our food even comes from. And so I wanted to show a quick little video here as well over the Juice Plus, let's see here, the Tower Garden video, so that we can play it and just, it's a quick, fun little video that I really enjoy, and it kind of describes how the Tower Garden even works. We'll see if this will load here. If not, we'll post this in the Facebook group as well. Yeah, maybe we'll just pause it. I'll post that in the group as well on Facebook for you to take a look at as to how the Tower Garden works. All right, so the Jumpstart for your better health. So the Shred 10, if you're looking for a lifestyle program, there's recipe books, and it's a great way to stay committed and be with a community of others that are doing the same. So it's shredding the food, toxins, and habits that aren't serving you. So the fact that fat cells surround toxins and to prevent them from harming vital organs. And so if you have stored fat in toxins and then you burn that fat, but you're not getting rid of the toxins, you have that rebound effect. You're not actually getting healthier. Your body might be smaller, but you still have all those toxins in there. So when you're actually shredding those habits and you're shredding the toxins and you're taking something that's an antioxidant and helping you process those, it's you're way more able to remain balanced and not rebound into those unhealthy habits. So it's not about being skinny, it's about being healthy, and that's really what the Healthy Revolution stands for. So lastly, Juice Plus is affordable. I'm going to go to the Canadian one because for $3.33 a day, you're getting 30 different fruits and vegetables. I don't know about you, but I cannot go to the grocery store right now and get a serving size of 30 different fruits and vegetables for $3.33 per day. Then you're going to be getting your kids for free if they're over the age of 4. For the complete protein, which I sometimes use as a meal replacement or an afternoon tide me over snack to balance my blood sugar levels or to start the day stronger, it's $3.25 per portion. Just for a sugary drink at Starbucks, you're looking at $4 or more. So it really is affordable and it tastes amazing. I have great recipes for something that tastes like a vanilla or chocolate frosty, which was always a childhood favorite of mine. And then add to that, the Omega is $1.29 per day. And that's a very high quality Omega. So we invite you to join us to either become a customer and just enjoy the products. Maybe you see the vision and you really want to share that with 3 to 5 other people. And possibly you want to build that side income. Like, think about what you would do with an extra $500 to $1,000 or more a month. Maybe that's your vacation fund, like Bailey said. Maybe that's your fund to be able to stay home with your family. Maybe it's to pay off your debt. Whatever it is, it's nice to know that assurance that we have that income coming in. And right now it's been more eye-opening than ever that this is a very important time to have that other income because life is unexpected and unpredictable. So get started on Juice Plus and share the gift of hope with others. join our mission in inspiring healthy living around the world and really link arms with that community that maybe you've been looking out for, and searching for people that are just like you, wanting to live a healthier life. So there we go. We have a few more minutes left here, so I just want to say another hello. If there's any questions from anyone, or any last thoughts or anything that stuck with you, and then if you are interested in booking an individual call to answer some of those questions, then we can go ahead and do that too. And then Justine and I and Karen and Bailey sometimes too will pop in, and we can answer any questions you have from there. So Justine, if you want to end with anything, or Kara, if you have any other questions, I would be happy. We have a few more minutes left here to answer them. And if not, then just a really nice goodbye and thank you for being with us this evening.
Mute. Perfect. So yeah, just lastly, Courtney, just want to thank you for everything that you put yourself out there and shared everything with us and took the time out of your days today to have this call for us. So I just really appreciate that. And I am looking so forward to sharing this with everyone and others.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Bailey, for joining. And thank you, Kara, for taking time out of your day too. I'm excited to see you and meet you and chat with you more in the Facebook group. So good night, everyone. Go out and enjoy that last minute bit of sunshine out there. I'm really excited. We're going to go haul more dirt. And yeah, so have a great evening. I love you all so much, and we'll see everyone soon.
Wonderful. Take care.
Bye.